Thank you, Ainsley. Well, I'm appalled. The city that once helped drive America's economy just ran out of gas. Detroit, one time the hub of American auto manufacturing, is now nearly $20 billion in debt. So what happened to the Motor City, and could more American cities follow in filing for bankruptcy? Mark Aesch is the CEO of TransPro and a former advisor to the city of Detroit. Mark, thanks a lot for coming on. You spent a lot of time advising municipal governments on how to be more efficient. Let's be very clear about what happened to Detroit. How did they get to this stage where they just declared bankruptcy this week?
60 years. You know, it's been 60 years of building to this moment. It's one of those things when you're driving your car and you see the little yellow light come on and then the buzzer starts to go off. It's telling you something very clear. You got to do something about that.
This is decades of mismanagement by the city.
Detroit is parked on the edge of the road because they didn't watch the yellow sign. You could see this coming, and they did not take action. So now they're bankrupt.
You're hearing people say, well, you know, obviously the industrial core collapsed. People decamped for the suburbs. They had horrible race riots in 1967, which changed the demographics of the city dramatically. Given all those factors, do you think they could have avoided this?
Absolutely. All of those things are contributors, clearly, and you can't move away from that stuff, but there is a culture of corruption that exists in Detroit that they haven't dealt with. I'll give you one quick example. In working with them last year, we came across this one position in one particular agency. Anywhere in America, that person would have been paid $80,000 a year.
Yeah.
They're making $450,000 a year. That culture of corruption is self-inflicted wounds. They have to deal with that.
So this is a one-party state, to be totally clear, right? There's no political diversity of any kind in Detroit.
Certainly in the city of Detroit. They haven't had a Republican mayor in 50 years.
Huh. So is this a trend other cities will follow, do you think?
Well, I think that the question is going to be, do people look at their dashboard? Do they pay attention to what's coming at them and make changes? It's very, very sad on the heels of Independence Day that we now have one of the great American cities totally dependent on a bankruptcy judge.
It's depressing. Depressing. I married a woman from Detroit. It was a great city. Mark Aesch, thanks a lot for joining us. I appreciate it.
Great to be with you, Tucker.
Thank you. Well, coming up, a pretty brave